So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. And today we're doing it with a fantastic little old blended scotch from Scotland. And after the day we've had, this is much needed. I'll switch to wine in a bit, but we're going to wind down right now with a scotch on the rocks because I had to drive to Stuttgart this morning. Got word at 8 o'clock this morning I needed to be in Stuttgart. So that's about a 3.5 hour drive away. So in the car I go, drugged Shotzi along with me, went to a clinic there, met some folks, did a little training with them, drove back, just got in. It's 7:30 in the evening, getting a bit of a late start, so hence the scotch. But I'm tickled to death to be here with you, and I'm so glad you all are here with me. And thank you so much for all the likes and subscribes. It means the world to me. Thank you. Let's go ahead and hop into our grid. So we have a Kate Hawkins grid, edited by Joel Faliano. Our best to Will Shorts as always. L'chaim. And let's just jump in our grid, see what we got today. It's a Friday, so maybe it's going to be tricky. They tend to be, especially when you're just beginning these things. They can be very imposing, Fridays and Saturdays for sure. But trust me, after a while, just slide right on into it. Now watch me not get a single thing on this right after saying that, but we'll see. Locale for car chases in Goldfinger and Quantum of Solace. Oh, gosh, with the 4 letters, I really want to put Como, right? Como, Italy. I just can't remember which scene from Goldfinger, or for that matter, Quantum of Solace. So I guess we'll just wait to see what we've got. But 4 letters, can't be too many places here. I mean, I guess it could be Rome, could be Como. Well, we'll see. We'll find out. Good stuff. Okay. Leave undisturbed. Was psychologically manipulative. Arch. Okay. Not fully value. Things found in a well. We got 6 letters here, and I'm assuming that this is going to be 5 letters in a plural, right? And pails would be to like a pail on the end of a rope. So, and bucket would be singular. I think we're talking about maybe a stairwell. I don't know for sure, but we can check it out, see if it gives us anything to work with. Hosts, is this a C? I don't know yet. We got a tough one. We got a grueling Friday ahead of us here. Meals that traditionally include 4 cups of wine, and those would be seders. So for the next Pesach, it's almost next April, maybe something like that. Mazel tov. Okay, so we got this S here. Good stuff. Connects. Maybe tunes in. I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Broken off branches. Connects. No, that would be an S there, so it can be tune in. I don't even know if it's in, but I got that I there. Cranks out. Looks like it could be churns. And container for the 10 Commandments. Well, keeping us celebrating the mitzvah here, I think we're talking about the Ark of the Covenant. Let's see. Toot one's own horn. Spiced tea. I'm going with chai. So is this to honk? I guess it could be to honk. Okay. Amount to maybe R. So more to come. I guess this would be stay tuned. Hey, it's opening up for us just a little, right? We're getting this good. Not fully valued, so this could be short. Can't say for certain. Maybe it depends. I gotta put my scotch down so I can type with two hands. But after almost 7 hours on the road, I don't really want to put it down. Okay, what do we got? So I think I said this might be sell short, not fully valued, so sell short. And that would work whether you're talking about stocks or person that you don't fully value. Arch. Good stuff. Good stuff? I don't know. I'm seeing assets in here, so we probably want to spell that correctly. Okay, so connects. So it was a T. Connects. It's not coming to me just yet. So English Cathedral, silly, I think is Eli. And leave undisturbed. So okay. Let's see. Was psychologically manipulative. Let's see. It looks like we could probably fit in here. Played mind games. And now what do we have up here? This is hosts, I think. Yes, MCs. Okay, very cool. Broken off branches. This looks like it might be sects. Something to do. Crisscross applesauce. So maybe sit. How do I know that? I don't know how I know that. I think it's to sit, though. I won't repeat myself in this note. That's rude. Okay. Let's see. Some facilities. I don't know. Are you seeing this in there? I mean, just speaking of, we stopped at a German restaurant area. I'm thinking men's rooms. All right. So, some 3.5 million quotations were gathered for it for short, and I think that is the Oxford English Dictionary, the OED. And I won't repeat myself in this note. If this is an A here next to this G, one known to disappear during work, is that an M? Million Mom March. It is. I think this is going to be magician. By God, I think it's magician. But with that, I said something about a G or an A. Oh, yes. So, I won't repeat myself. So, a see above. See above. Kind of curt. Terse way to put some see above. Sure beats the angry professor with your F on your paper. See me. That sucks. Trust. Wordless part of many songs. How about the intro? Now I'm just being the rebel I am. I'm thinking, what songs do I know that starts out with lyrics, right? See, trust. Perhaps this is to bank on. What do we got here? Clatter. Could definitely be racket. And what do we have here? Cheese, also known as French Gruyere, and that is Comte. Forestall, avert. Okay, we're coming together down here now. And a coin once known as the piece of 8, and that is a peso. And so what do we got here? Limit cap, blue, beautiful. Let's see what we've got now up here. Okay, so leave undisturbed might be let lie. And I think the locale for the car chases in Goldfinger and Quantum of Solace are the Alps. Okay, so arch is sly. Well, I talk about a different definition than what you're used to, huh? Libby offerings, maybe ebooks. And let's see, small towns could be burgs. And Burg in German is like a castle. Yeah. Anyway. Take that for what it's worth, right? Okay, more spirited. Perhaps we're talking about being spunkier. And let's see, artist Cindy, known for her photographic self-portraits, and I think this is Cindy Sherman. And if you have not seen her work, I'll Google it. Pretty impressive stuff. And I come up in the Avedon school, the Richard Avedon school. Like, that was the photographer, Man Ray, etc. Right? You know, but Avedon. But Cindy Sherman takes the cake. There's quite a few, I mean, great photographers out there, especially women photographers. Where lines may be drawn in the sand, is this a Z film character who asked... Now I got to do it in his voice. Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking? What's the little... I can't do the duck face thing. Zoolander! Yes, I loved that movie. I saw it for the first time when I was in Iraq on my first deployment. Got it at some Iraqi DVD store in the village. That was just crazy that he was there, even there. So Zoolander. Oh, this Z here, I think this is a Zen garden. So, okay, cool. And what do we got here? Roundup could be a herd. We're all over the place. Let's try to get this somewhat cleaned up. So leaf could be folio. Italian menu word, alla. Very nice. Let's go ahead. You know what? Let's go from the south around up counterclockwise. Why don't we do that? If we can. That's in order. Okay. Text qualifier. How about in my opinion? Components of imperial regalia. And with... And again, components makes this a plural. I think we're talking about a three-letter clue, or three-letter answer to this clue, and all I can think of is an orb. Now, if it were not imperial regalia, say it was military regalia, it would be a term maybe for like the British Army, and I would say pips. They use the little pips to denote the officer ranks. But no, the only thing I can think of is orbs right now. And chain reaction. Very nice. Okay, got it. Add exaggerated details to... And I love this usage. If I'm not incorrect, I think this is to embroider your language. And it could be to your clothing as well, but, you know, when you've embroidered the tail of your vacation, that's, I don't know, just a nice way of saying you're full of it, right? You know, so I like it. Word with felt or hot. So I'm going to go with tip. And so that's in order. Looks like it's going to be a directive. And I kind of like it when they do this every now and then, right? You know, like in other words, it's like, that's an order. Okay, so you're talking about a directive. I mean, I like it though. Mug full on a desk, perhaps. And speaking of this, that's what it was. Felt immediately came to my head. Felt tip, like a felt tip pen. Not a hot tip. Okay, yeah, cool. Well, now I think we got a jar, a mug full of pens. We always got puts off. Had a hankering. I don't know. We got to see. Feel like that's going to start in a D, though. Let's see what we got. Unchanging, maybe set. So puts off, maybe deters. All right. And tube travelers, looks like ova. And I think yesterday we had an oviduct. And I think I made some kind of asinine joke about the oviduct not being rod-shaped. Buffs could be lovers. Marked down. How about on sale? I like that. Number of sides for a hendacagon. And this is a 11. Had a hankering, maybe longed. Yen, longed, you know, it's got Jones. I mean, there's so many things. You got to count the letters out, but really. So, most densely populated country in Europe. I would have never guessed Monaco, and I'm glad we had all but one letter of that. So, low point, maybe a minimum. Comes down, rains, maybe. It's inspired. Ooh, now we got really lucky on this one because it's inspired. 3 letters. I would have put an ode in there, and then I would have thought I was right, and I would have just yammered around this thing for hours. Okay, so I think we're talking about air. You inspire air. And what do we got now? What's this long one? So, but seriously, perhaps this is all kidding aside. Very nice. And the code in Walter Isaacson's best-selling 2020 book, The Code Breaker, is DNA. Did not read it, but I've read about it. Czech brew is a Pilsener. Slightly different spelling, the variation from, say, the Deutsch to the Tscheche. Hunter on screen, Holly, oh my lord. I had the biggest crush on her when I was a kid. I saw her in broadcast news. She was just great, had that southern accent. And, you just dumb, kind of a thing. Yeah, kind of reminds me of my gorgeous Shotzi. I like that southern accent. Patois, that Mississippi patois. Cluttered quarters. I don't know, is it a sty? Skedaddle, maybe to split. And then, I think we got a sty here, maybe. And slowly depletes, and maybe saps. And how do we do, Bob? Good. Okay, so proof point. This was completely doable. You just got to get around to a couple that you know or that you think you might be close to, and then you can kind of guess from there and go. But this was a pretty, I would say this is a medium to medium hard grid. It certainly wasn't easy by any stretch, and there was quite a few tricky clues in there, but I gotta tell you, my favorite one was probably Comte. I love that cheese, the French Gruyere. So wonderful. I like seeing satyrs make it in there as well. I like it when we get various other cultural influences and stuff like that. Love seeing Molly break it through today in the mini, but now we actually had the satyr, and of course we had a little bit of pesos and just stuff. It was just good, right? Got the Alps in there. Everybody should be happy with that, right? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and set you aside for now. It's not going to be a thumping like yesterday because I couldn't figure out what the theme was, but you very smart folks squared me away on that. Thank you. But we'll go ahead and bring down the BMO, right? And bring that down our goodbye slide and just say thank you so much for everything. It means the world to me to be back, to be here with you, to be turning out our puzzles on a daily basis. It just means the world to me. I'm so glad you're here. So thank you. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and I really appreciate the fact that you're commenting and letting me know your thoughts on things. Give me any ideas you may have, right? Anyway, I wish you all the very best. So, in German, auf Deutsch, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Ich wünsche Ihnen auch einen schönen Abend. Tschüss, Servus, Grüß Gott, auf Wiedersehen. Ciao, Cin-Cin. Be well. Take care.